What's up, guys? This is Demkeys, and welcome to episode 2 of Demkeys Rambles. Yes, I've decided to call it Demkeys Rambles because, well, it's just me rambling in front of the camera. The reason this episode is so late is because, well, I don't know if you've seen the first episode, but the first episode was back in 2016. I don't remember when exactly. Maybe November, maybe December. But yeah, uh, when I had a few topics to talk about, I just didn't feel it was enough for, one whole session of rambling, silly as that may sound. Uh, so I decided to collect the topics. And what I didn't realize was, when you have something to talk about, dragging it, you know, keeping it for a later time, it doesn't really work out that well. And well, it didn't work out that well. I'm just not able to find the time to uh, sit and talk in front of the camera for a long stretch of time. There's always something coming up. So I decided uh, I'm gonna ramble in installments. Yeah, that may sound silly, but it seems to be the most convenient thing for me right now. So pretty much anytime I have something to talk about, I'll start recording, and once I have enough clips, I'll put together an episode and post it on the channel. So yeah, that's the intro for Demkeys Rambles. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about is working on your own projects, or well, working on projects in general. It's really important that you work on projects even as you are learning game development. Uh, you might be a beginner in game development, but it's still important for you to work on projects because the knowledge and experience that you can gain from working on a project, you just cannot get that experience from any tutorial. You cannot get that knowledge or that experience from any tutorial, any book, any teacher. At least in my opinion, you cannot. Every single project that I've worked on in the past has taught me something. Some of the projects failed, some of the projects went on hold, some of the projects I was actually able to go through with and I released them. Some projects I'm still currently working on, but every single project, even the ones that failed, taught me something. So it's really important for you to work on projects. They don't have to be games that you're gonna sell. They can just be fun little projects that you work on. When you're done making the game, you can like share it with your friends or something. But it's important to work on projects because the knowledge and experience that you can gain from working on a project, regardless whether you are working on it alone or with a team, actually in both cases you will learn something. When you work on a project alone, you will learn something. When you work on a project with a team, even in that case, you will learn something. So yeah, it's really important to work on projects. This was advice that was actually given to me a long time ago. Uh, Back then, I didn't really follow it, but then eventually, like years later, it made sense to me. So I thought I'll share the advice with you. So yeah, keep working on projects. It's going to be really helpful. You'll learn a lot by working on even the simplest project. You'll learn a lot. Uh, so yeah. All right. So moving on. Uh, I've been trying to practice uh, Blender. I've been trying to make different types of models in Blender to practice and get better at Blender. I'm just having a hard time figuring out what to make. I want to make something that can actually be used. Um, I could very easily just, look around my house and try to make furniture that I see around. But then I got a better idea. I figured, I'll ask you guys what what kind of models would be useful for you, and then I'll try to make those models and share them with you. Obviously, since I'm sharing them with you, you're not going to be the only one that can benefit from it. I'm gonna uh, I'm gonna create the model and then either put it up on Dropbox and then share the link in the description. In the description? Yeah, in the description of the video. Or a much better idea would be to put it up on the asset store, the Unity asset store. But I'm gonna have to see how complicated that's gonna be because the Unity asset store, there are certain standards that an asset must meet before it can be accepted into the asset store. At least this is what I've been told. I've never submitted an asset to the asset store, so I could very well be wrong about it being complicated. It might just be really simple. But yeah, again, I'm gonna have to find out. And if I can share it on the asset store, that's much better because then it's not just you guys who are gonna get the assets. Uh, Everyone is gonna be able to see the assets, and then more people can use the assets. So if you guys have any suggestions for models that I should make, they can be individual models. It could be like, I don't know, chair, table, bed, whatever, or it could even be you could give me suggestions for themes, and based on a certain theme, I'm going to make a list of objects and then make those objects. So yeah, either or is fine. Yeah, that's it. All right, so I think I'm going to end this episode of Demkeys Rambles right here. Before I leave, though, I want to let you know that I've released a new hip hop instrumental called Discover. It's on my music channel. If you want to check it out, I'm going to leave the no, I'm going to put up a link in the top right corner of the screen and in the description down below. Uh, but yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments below, and I'll see you guys next time.